I know I'm not the only one who kept seeing the viral Dubai Kunafa pistachio chocolate bar all over my timeline this year, and I was never going to let the year end without making it for myself. I found one for the first time when I was in Saudi last month, and luckily when I got home I had this beauty waiting for me at my front door, so how could I not make it? The only downside though was that I had run out of some of the main ingredients, which were pistachio cream and tahina, which meant I would really be putting this GSR Metallica Mixer Grinder to the test. So I proceeded to get started on my pistachio cream. I boiled my pistachio nuts for 5 minutes, strained it out, and then proceeded to make my tahina. I toasted raw sesame seeds until they were golden brown, and when both were prepped, I proceeded to take the skins off my pistachio nuts. Now this is the part where I needed the help of my Metallica Mixer Grinder. This thing has so many features I had to pause to figure out where to start. It came with 6 different function blades and 4 multi-purpose jars, and easy tools to help you mix and match functions. I picked the dry mill jar with the grinding blade to use for my tahina, so I threw in my toasted sesame seeds, broke them down a little, then transferred that into the blender cup, added a little sesame oil, and then blended it up to form my tahina. It turned out so gorgeous and silky smooth. Then I proceeded to make my pistachio cream. I tossed in the nuts, added a little powdered sugar with a splash of milk, and then blended it all up. Then I added some milk, butter, and white chocolate into my pan and got that all thick and melted. I proceeded to pour that mixture over my broken down pistachio along with a tiny drop of food color for vibrance. The results were incredible. I could not get over this texture. It turned out absolutely beautiful. Once my butters were done, it was time to get to the fun part. So I pulled out my kataifi dough. Normally, shredding this is a nightmare. So I decided to experiment and use the chopping function of my mixer grinder to see how it would turn out. I have been blown away by this machine at every turn because these results were perfect. Once I had my perfectly shredded kataifi, I toasted it over some melted butter in a pan until it was crispy and golden brown. Then I proceeded to add in the pistachio butter and the tahina. Gave that a good mix and then went in with some condensed milk. Then proceeded to melting down my chocolate. For this, I decided to use both milk chocolate and dark chocolate. I felt it would create a less sweet and more interesting chocolate flavor. I used the double boil method to get them beautifully melted, and once that was done, I added in a few room temperature pieces of the dark chocolate to temper my melted chocolate mixture. I proceeded to melt down the rest of my white chocolate and color it as well to get that signature Dubai chocolate look. I popped my molds in the freezer for 10 minutes and then pulled them out to lather on the chocolate and then drain it out for the firm chocolate bar shell. I placed that in the freezer for another 10 minutes and then pulled it out to add my kunafa mixture and went over it with another drizzle of chocolate to seal everything in. After 15 minutes in the freezer, my viral Dubai kunafa pistachio chocolate bars were ready. I was beyond excited at the results and how incredibly easy this GSR Metallica Mixer Grinder made the entire process. This is absolute perfection, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend this tool to everyone. Now all that was left was a taste test, and words cannot describe how delicious this was.